pregame show on Fox. It is an absolutely gorgeous night in San Francisco, California. These fans have been having so much fun from Game 6 to Game 7 to Game 1 last night. Whether it was the Cardinals in the NLCS or the Tigers in World Series Game 1, they've been waving those towels and having fun here in San Francisco. And now welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Joe Buck. This is Game 2 of the 2012 World Series. Last night, the Giants beat the Tigers behind a gritty performance from Barry Zito. Good relief work by Tim Lincecum, and then an offensive showing from Pablo Sandoval. Now, when Tim slides in here, we're going to talk about a lot of the breaks that the Giants have been getting, and there's no doubt. But make no mistake, they've made the most of those breaks, and they've outscored their opposition over the last 4 games, 28-4. But Tim, you start looking at some of the ways the ball has bounced for the Giants. It is impressive, and it is a reason why it certainly helped them win Game 1.
And no question about it, rarely does the momentum from the LCS carry over to the World Series, but it did for the Giants last night. It seems like they are willing the hops to go their way. 2 out, nobody on in the 3rd inning. Angel Pagan, ball hits the bag, goes into left field instead of a single. He has a double. They are getting the breaks, but they're making those breaks.
Yeah, that was the start of 3 more runs. That led to a hit by Scudero and a 2-run shot by Sandoval. Meanwhile, the pitching matchup tonight's interesting. Madison Bumgarner gets the start. He's 0-2 this postseason. And for Detroit, a guy named Doug Fister. His name may not be Verlander, but this guy can pitch.
Yeah, don't let that 10-10 record fool you. I mean, this guy can get you out.
He's got great stuff. He has 2 no decisions this postseason. He's trying to even this series before we go to Detroit. The Giants have been lighting up a scoreboard. They can also light up a pinball machine. Here's the Who. Sandoval with a 3-homer game. is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by DirecTV. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV. Give a look at the Taco Bell starting lineup for the Tigers. And don't forget, this World Series, if a player steals a base, Taco Bell is giving everyone in America one free Doritos Locos Taco. Go to hashtag steal the taco. So here we go. Sometimes you got to live Moss, and it's the same look as last night. Austin Jackson leads off in center. Omar Infante bats second at second. Miguel Cabrera hits third. Prince Fielder cleans up. Delman Young and left. Johnny Peralta, the shortstop. He homered last night. Abisail Garcia is the rookie right fielder. Gerald Laird is the catcher. And Doug Fister pitches and bats ninth against a left-hander who hopes he has found the flaw that has led to those numbers, an 0-2 record this postseason.
Madison Bumgarner has not started a game since game 1 against the Cardinals in the league championship series. Stay on top. That's the most frequent phrase a starting pitcher hears. And he's been great at home, 10-3. No other National League pitcher has won that many games from his home mound.
Here is Jackson, and pitch one is up and away, ball one. Austin last night had 2 hits. And overall is hitting .317 this postseason. What a difference a year makes. Under 200 last year. They talked about the changes that he's made with his approach in the batter's box at the plate. The work he's done with Lloyd McClendon has really paid off here in 2012. 300 during the regular season and has a 2-1 count. Infante next, and then Miguel Cabrera. A high strike, and it's 2-2. Just up and out of the strike zone, a full count.
Austin Jackson struck out 47 fewer times this year than he did last year. Last year, he'd have swung at that pitch, not this year.
A 3-2. Chop foul. This opening inning is always brought to you by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Glad you're with us tonight and throughout this World Series on Fox. Jackson waits for another 3-2 and strikes out.
Home plate umpire Dan Iasonia early gives Bumgarner the high strike. 4-seam fastball. He was on top of that one.
There's Dan Iasonia. To show you the rest of the umpires in this top of the first is Omar Infante. Stands in. 1 for 4 last night. Strike one. Fielding Culbreth is at first. Brian Onora at second. Joe West is down the left field line. Jerry Davis in right. Ryan Gorman over at third. And that foul tip got the mask of Buster Posey. It's 0-2.
First changeup of the night by Bumgarner, whose nickname is Mad Bum. M-A-D-B-U-M.
The 0-2. 2 out. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the night, as Dan Iasonia had to wait to make sure Posey hung on to that foul tip. And here is the defense brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Blanco in left, Pagan in center, Hunter Pence in right with Sandoval, Crawford, Scudero, Belt on the infield, Buster Posey the catcher, Bumgarner in the middle. Every season starts at Dick's. Here is Cabrera. Miguel 1 for 3 last night with an RBI. Triple Crown winner takes a pitch down and away, ball 1.
Joe, we talked about it last night. This is what the Giants want to do with Cabrera. They'd love to split Cabrera and Fielder, have Cabrera make the last out of an inning, and Fielder lead off another inning.
Here is a 1-0 pitch from Bumgarner. Strike 1. Manager Jim Leyland of the Tigers does not like to make excuses and goes out of his way to say, I want to credit the Giants for the job they did on the mound, the job they did at the plate last night. But he does believe that layoff, the 5-day layoff after the ALCS, contributed to a sluggish start in game 1. And now they've gone in order in game 2 as Cabrera grounds out to short after a half. A scoreless frame put up by Bumgarner, no score. Taco Bell's steal a base, steal a taco. Liv Moss. And now the Taco Bell starting lineup for the San Francisco Giants. Sometimes you got to live Moss. Angel Pagan leads off in center. Scudero bats second at second. Pablo Sandoval hits third. Buster Posey cleans up. Hunter Pence, Brandon Belt, Gregor Blanco in left. Brandon Crawford is the shortstop, pitching and batting ninth. Madison Bumgarner, and there's the right-hander Doug Fister. And you look at the numbers this postseason. He does not have a win, but he's pitched well enough to deserve 2, and here's his scouting report.
The reason that Doug has been on the disabled list twice this year, that violent delivery, a rare combination of a guy who throws sinkers to contact and is a strikeout pitcher. He does that a lot with that curveball. And the home plate umpire is very important. And from an umpiring standpoint, you really have to wait for the fastballs to develop because of his late movement. Excellent late movement on the fastball.
Angel Pagan is first up for the Giants. Shows bunt, takes a ball outside. We saw the high strike in the top of the first inning from Dan Iasonia, the home plate umpire. And believe me, these teams have scouting reports on umpires that they go over prior to every game.
Right.
Tendencies. As that one comes back over the plate, you can see that good late movement. Pagan let it go by, strike 1.
That's an example of what Doug Fister will try to do to left-handed hitters all night long.
Now a breaking ball. The curve drops in, strike 2. He is 6'8", 200 pounds.
And a great athlete, says Jim Leland. Pagan trying to slow him down. Good strategy.
The count 1-2. And that misses inside 2-2. It was an absolute steal for Dave Dombrowski to get Pfister from Seattle July 30th last year. The front of the rotation guy, and he starts his night with a strikeout. Tigers' defensive lineup is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Delman Young in left. Austin Jackson is in center. Avisail Garcia is in right, with Cabrera, Peralta, Infante, and fielder Gerald Laird. Gets the start behind the plate. Avila last night. Pfister in the middle of it every season. Starts at Dick's, and here's a guy who in 5 days will turn 37. Marco Scudero, who has 7 multi-hit games this postseason and has hit in 11 straight.
That's after going 0 for 8 in the first 2.
It's 2-0. And it's that 2-3 combination that did it to the Cardinals in the NLCS and did it last night to that man, Justin Verlander. 2-1. In fact, it was the top of the order that did in Verlander. First 4 hitters were a combined 10 for 16. Everybody had multi-hits.
Amazing.
That's a chopper, tough play. Peralta. Good play. Peralta, 2 out. And now tonight's Ford keys to the game.
From Pfister's standpoint, the Tigers are saying, Doug, get us by Combe 1-1. And from the Giants, keep trusting your instincts. And over the last 4 games, they have been remarkable.
Great reaction for Pablo Sandoval, who's hitting .370. And last night had a 4 for 4 night with 3 home runs in his first 3 at bats. 5th time it's happened, 4th guy to do it in a World Series game. And he pops it in the air to left. Delman Young, a long run. He's there. And it's a 1-2-3 first for Doug Pfister. Let's go to the second. Game 2 in San Francisco. No score. better.
Beautiful.
A look at Covey Cove out beyond the right field wall as Prince Fielder steps in. That's what he's hitting this postseason, and his career during the postseason just .202. 5 homers, 11 RBIs, and trying to get something started for the Tigers in the second. And a strike from Bumgarner. Madison is only 23 years old. And as Bruce Bochy, his manager, told us, it's easy to forget sometimes that he's only 23. Struggling with his mechanics and his delivery earlier this postseason. He lets up on that pitch down and away. A ball and a strike. 10th overall pick back in '07. Is a World Series game winner at 21 years old when he won Game 4 2 years ago over Texas 4-0. That hits Fielder. And down to first is Prince, the first base runner of the night.
Ball getting away from Bumgarner, and he dropped down a little bit, the ball tailing inside. What do we mean when we say stay on top? Every pitcher hears that all the time. And when you're on top of the ball, it goes down. When you're under the ball, it stays up. It's that simple. That pitch was up because he was under the pitch.
Here's Delman Young. 1 on, nobody out. Delman last night 2 out of 4, and he was the MVP of the last round, the ALCS. He'll DH when this series goes to Detroit on Saturday. Strike 1, and a lot of first pitch strikes. Jackson struck out, Infante struck out, Cabrera grounded out in the first. Hit batsman to start the second, now the 0-1. Hard hit and fair. Past third and down the left field line. It's Fielder digging around second, going to third. They're going to bring him. The relay to the plate is in time. They got him. And Jim Leyland's going to come out and argue on that double by Delman Young.
Yeah, that can't happen, Joe. You can't make the first out at home plate. When it's close like that, even though Fielder may have been in there, he was out.
He was.
That tag was made on the back before the left foot got to home plate. I think if Gene Lamont had that to do over again, he would have held him with Peralta coming up.
Great call by Dan Iasonia, the home plate umpire. It's out 7-4-2. As the left fielder Blanco missed the initial cutoff man. And it was Scudero backing up that threw to the plate to get the out. Now Peralta pops it on the infield for Belt. 2 out.
Well, that's why you have a double cutoff man. If the first one is missed, the second one backs up to make the play. So the shortstop was out. There's a throw by Blanco. Misses the first one. Scudero to back up. Nails Fielder at home plate. Cannot make the first out at home plate.
So the double in the middle of a hit batsman and a pop-up. And Avisail Garcia swings and misses. A little better jump on the fastball tonight from Bumgarner than we saw in Game 1 of the NLCS.
Yeah, I think he's fine. That staying on top of the fastball, I think he's doing that thus far.
You see the frustration for Prince Fielder. Sent all the way from first base on that double down the left field line. Count 0-1 on Garcia with 2 out in the inning. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Seems like Scudero's everywhere, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was just going to say, Scudero's right in the middle of it again. And his throw was good enough, and a real good athletic tag by Buster Posey to get the tag on Fielder before he touched home plate. And now a 1-1 count to Garcia. 2-1.
That throw had to be made inside the line, particularly with a guy like Fielder running. Prince weighs 300 pounds, and he's wide. And that made the throw that much tougher. Be inside so Posey could handle it with the slap tag.
2 balls and a strike. Runner at second, 2 out. And Bumgarner brings it. Garcia fouls it straight back. Here's Gene Lamont sending him as that ball took a funny bounce down the line. But then Blanco to Scudero to Posey. That good throw inside the line, and fielder's out. Now a 2-2 count on Garcia with a runner at second. Bumgarner's defense helps him, as the defense helped out Zito last night. With Blanco making 2 good catches out and left. It's been a real plus for the Giants this postseason, and Garcia, the 21-year-old, steps out. Added to the roster on August 31st. Started the season at Single-A. Was in Lakeland and Double-A Erie. Got to the big leagues, and here he is starting the first 2 games of the World Series. 2-2 the count. Inning over. Strikeout number 3. And the good defensive play to cut down Fielder at the plate keeps game 2 scoreless after an inning and a half. Series on Fox is sponsored by Budweiser. Great times are waiting. Grab some buds. Well, we have witnessed the first ever 7-4-2 out at the plate. Come on. Strike to start the bottom of the second, and by 7, that's the number that's for scoring given to the left fielder. 4 is the number given to the second baseman who was in the middle of it. 2 is the catcher, and that's the first one in the history of World Series play.
Unbelievable. Credit Scudero. How many second basemen would be over there?
Here is a 1-1 to Posey. Good breaking ball for strike 2. That curve just dropped in to Buster, who is hitting .204 this postseason, 2 out of 4 last night in game 1. Hunter Pence on deck. Base hit. Right field, and Buster Posey is on to start the second. And let's go back to that play at the plate. A.J. Pierzynski, a current catcher in the big leagues, is joining us from out in left field. What'd you see out there?
Well, first of all, when the ball goes in the left field corner, it's hard on a third base coach to decide what to do. You see him overrun it right there in Lamont. And sometimes you wonder, why did he send him right here? Second and third, no outs with Johnny Peralta coming up. And then Buster Posey, who everyone knows was told not to block the plate. If you watch the slide right here, Prince Fielder's knee is bent instead of straight, and he kind of is up in the air. And also then the guy on deck has to tell him to slide to the outside because of the fact that Buster Posey's not going to try and block the plate, especially with Prince coming down the line.
First pitch is a ball to Hunter Pence.
Plus, AJ, when you receive a ball from the left side of the field, Scudero in that particular instance, you're going to stay inside the line. There's no way to block the plate with Fielder, because if you block the plate, then that's going to obscure the throw from Scudero.
No, but the throw, I thought Tim was inside enough where he could have held his ground. If you watch, Buster takes a step to the inside and frees up a whole lane for Prince to slide to the outside and do the swipe tag with his hand.
You've got to throw it inside the line. Fielder's running inside the line. I mean, if you throw it to where Buster is blocking the plate, it hits Fielder and goes awry. That's the way I saw it.
Okay, I just think that you have the ability as a catcher to kind of keep your leg in there and not take that slight step to the inside and clear up the whole plate and kind of force him to the area of the plate you want him to be, which would be to the outside. I know Buster had the horrible injury last season, but that's just as a catcher, and you know Tim is catching, sometimes that's par for the course and you got to take it as part of the game.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Pence, and a breaking ball is fouled. And the other point that AJ brought up was there wasn't a ton of help from the on-deck hitter. That was Peralta, who came out of the on-deck circle a little later and wasn't giving any direction really definitively to Fielder, who was coming down the line to go to the outside part of the plate. Here's a 2-2. Fly ball into center, and that's Jackson. 1 out.
Well, when you see the catcher inside the line, you should go to the outside part of the plate. But it's got to be a straight in slide, because the straight in slide is much quicker in getting there than hooking, and you never hook into a catcher anyway.
Brandon Belt with 1 on 1 out will dig in, hitless last night. And as AJ mentioned, this will be one more look, but that's Prince, who gets tagged by Buster Posey, and AJ talked about it. You gotta assume everybody knows that Buster was injured in a terrible collision at the plate last May. On the 25th of May, here's a 0-1 pitch, down and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Blanco, who made those 2 catches last night in game 1, corralled that ball after it took a funny hop and got it to Scudero, who got it to the plate. Now the count 1-2 on Belt. What shouldn't be lost in this inning, Tim, is what you said about Posey last night. He was pulling off pitches. Last night he got a couple of hits. One of them went to right. His base hit here was shot through the right side to start this inning.
Yeah, with a guy like Buster, when you're pulling off the ball, you ought to try to treat a lot of strikes like there are 2 strikes on you. Buster is very adept at going the other way with 2 strikes on him, as he did to get to first base.
Now there are 2 strikes on Belt, with Blanco on deck. A strikeout gets Brandon Belt. Second strikeout for Pfister. And the inning will get to Blanco with a run at first, 2 out now.
Boy, that's a good changeup. I'll make that a split. from Pfister. The ball going down and away, and Brandon Belt out in front.
Blanco has been struggling. His overall average this postseason, 200. Since Game 3 of the NLCS, he's just 2 out of his last 19. Strike one. Leadoff hit by Posey. Pence, little pop-up. Belt struck out. Strike one on Blanco. He tried to hold up, could not. Strike two.
AJ talking before the game about how Pfister jumps at you when he's from the stretch. Very quick feet, and he makes hitters do this a lot. Check their swing. When he jumps, you commit, sometimes too early.
That's a ball high, 1-2. Posey at first, 2 out. Pfister. Watch Blanco just get a piece. While the top of the order was so good last night for the Giants in Game 1, the 5 through 9 spots had just 1 RBI, and that belonged to the pitcher, Barry Zito.
Yeah, the Giants were top heavy last night in their lineup.
Now Blanco steps out before a 1-2 pitch. Just 1 for 19, hitters 5 through 9. One on, 2 out. That hit, Pfister is in the air and goes to center field for a base hit. And hopefully Pfister's okay.
I think it hit his glove. He got that glove up. We're talking about Jim Leyland talking about his athleticism. You better be a good athlete in this situation. Watch the glove. No, he didn't get it. It did not get it up. Hit him on the side of the head. My gosh. Oh boy. Oh, man. I think of Brandon McCarthy with the Oakland Athletics, who had a similar pop about a month and a half ago. We are hopeful that Brandon's all right. And obviously, Doug Pfister. Man.
Oh. He's still out there. He's going to throw a couple of pitches.
You know, Joe, I think, and I never thought this before this year, but I think baseball is going to have to resort to helmets for pitchers like catchers wear. First base coach or third base coach wear them. I think something should be done next year, because when a pitcher finishes his windup or his stretch and he tells the trainer he's okay, right on the right side of the head. But I think ultimately that's what baseball will come to, and I think properly.
Brandon Crawford now with 2 on, 2 out. Somehow Pfister's still on the mound. Good curveball, misses low, ball 1. Brandon Crawford, whose parents have been longtime San Francisco Giants season ticket holders, now trying to excite them as he fouls it out of play left side, strike 1. Blanco the runner at first. Posey led off the inning with a base hit into right. And a 1-1 count on the number 8 hitter, Brandon Crawford.
One inside.
Pretty good pitch called inside, ball 2. the count. 2 on, 2 out. That curveball is outside. 3-1. On deck is the pitcher Bumgarner, who can handle the bat. Runners at first and second, 2 out, and a good breaking ball on 3-1.
3 straight breaking balls and a breaking ball on a fastball count. Once you get that over, it's always good policy to come back with a fastball.
Runners will go. And a foul on the play left side. Back to second, Posey. Back to first, Blanco. Runners go. And the breaking ball is high for ball 4. First walk by Fister, and the bases are loaded with Bumgarner coming up. Remember, the pitchers for the Giants have been driving in runs. And it has happened in the last 4 straight games, starting with Zito in St. Louis in Game 5 with a bunt base hit for an RBI. Vogelsong, then Kane. That's low, ball 1.
Gerald Laird, the catcher, is corralling that low fastball, and here it is, 4 RBIs in 4 straight games.
Vogelsong a part of it. Kane in Game 7. Last night, Zito in Game 1 of this World Series. So Zito's got a bunt base hit for an RBI and a clean one through the left side. Now Bumgarner pops it into shallow left, and out goes Peralta to end the inning. That gave this crowd a rise. 2 hits, a walk in the inning, 3 left after 2. In Game 2, no score. Sponsored by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state. Third inning rolls in. No score. Madison Bumgarner back to work. It'll be Laird, Pfister, and then Austin Jackson. 8-9-1. Laird shows bunt, takes a ball. Gerald hit .282. Last year won it all with the Cardinals. He's 1 for 13 so far this postseason. There's a strike from Bumgarner. Home plate umpire Dan Iasonia is wearing a microphone tonight and will let you in on the audio that occurred on that ball hit by Blanco off the head of Doug Pfister last half inning. After Laird does something to start the frame, it's a 2-1 count.
That last pitch, Madison Bumgarner, that ball flattened out on it. That's what Dave Righetti's looking for. Not too many pitches that flatten out on Bumgarner.
Here is a 2-1. Popped up into left. Blanco is there. 1 out, and here's the audio. And that ball was hit back up the middle by Blanco.
Doug, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Where'd you go? All right.
The head. I got him right in the back of the head.
Back of the head is in the dot. Okay.
Yeah. That's on the side. No, I don't know.
You're right.
San Francisco, game 2.
Yeah. All that shit. What inning?
Second.
Yeah. How many outs?
2 outs.
All right. Get the third. All right. Please.
All right. You want to throw one or are you okay?
Let's throw one.
So then he got to throw a warm-up pitch, said he was fine, and got out of the inning after issuing a walk to Crawford. He got Bumgarner, and now he's up there to bat. Fouls it back.
Saying San Francisco, game 2. No way to get him out of there. Courageous.
We have a chance to meet these guys in the postseason, and we haven't met anybody any better than Doug Pfister.
Classy guy.
We had on last night in the 4th inning from the dugout. I said he's a steal, and he was for the Tigers. Tigers got him from Seattle. He was 3-12 with the Mariners. Picked him up on July 30th. Dave Dombrowski did it. One of the best front office men in the game, and he ended up finishing the season 8-1 with an ERA of 1.79. They went 2-1 in the postseason when the Tigers lost in the ALCS to Texas.
3 of the 4 starting pitchers in this World Series for Dave Dombrowski and the Tigers were acquired via trade. Max Scherzer 2 years ago, Pfister last year, and then Anibal Sanchez this year.
We'll get the ball in game 3 against Ryan Vogelsong. Scherzer, who will work game 4 against Matt Cain. 2-2 the count on Pfister. That's out number 2, and strikeout number 4 for Bumgarner.
Everything appearing to be in sync for Madison Bumgarner here in the 3rd inning.
4 strikeouts. He's allowed the 1 hit that led to the play at the plate. The fielder was thrown out by a combination of Blanco in left and Scudero at second. Good tag by Posey. Ball 1 outside. Austin Jackson part of that big deal. Scherzer was a part of that 3-way trade. Yankees. Another guy the Tigers got in that deal is Phil Koch, who is now the closer for Detroit. Scherzer coming from Arizona. There's Koch. Here is a 2-0. Fouled back, 2-1.
Last year, Austin Jackson had a high leg kick. This year, he doesn't. There's the high leg kick from 2011. He and Lloyd McClendon worked on it so hard this year, and you could see he just gets up on the toes and strides forward. He hit 300 as a result.
Good pitch by Bumgarner, and that breaking ball finds the strike zone, 2-2. With 2 out. Another strikeout, number 5. And another 1-2-3 inning for Bumgarner. Bottom of the 3rd inning in San Francisco. Giants bat, no score. Baseball, find your chance to win an all-new 2013 Malibu at worldseries.com/Malibu. Angel Pagan, top of the order for the Giants, 3rd inning, strike 1. Struck out his first time up. Pfister has struck out 2 and pitched around 2 hits and a walk last inning. Here is his 0-1. Good tailing pitch, which he showed Pagan back in the 1st. That's strike 2.
That's vintage Pfister right there. Inside corner, left-handers give up on it. Arms up, strike 2.
Marco Scudero will follow, and then Pablo Sandoval. Here's an 0-2. Down and in. Giants have outscored their opponent, Cardinals and the Tigers, last night over the last 4 games, 28-4. They've hit 15 home runs here in their last 15 games. Pagan grounds to fielder. And this team, the Giants, they have been loose since the postseason began. They have fun. Brian Wilson usually is a part of it. So is closer Sergio Romo, who Romo bombs Last night's hero, Pablo Sandoval. Take it down to Erin Andrews after the next pitch. She is on the Giants side. Kenny on the Detroit side. Great place in which to watch a World Series down in the World Series dugout. Strike one. The Scudero, who grounded out his first time. Breaking ball stays up. 1-1. 2 for 5 in this World Series is Scudero after hitting 500 in the NLCS. Curveball is fouled, and let's go down to Aaron. They've been having fun since you joined us here at MLB on Fox.
They certainly have. Sergio Romo right over my shoulder. I'm afraid he's going to Romo bomb me. But I wanted to tell you, during batting practice, it's really the first time since I've been around the Giants that they were talking about they want to get out of San Francisco up 2-0. And I said to some of the players, you guys haven't really sounded like this. Even when you were playing the Cardinals, and they said, look, we really need to take advantage of this momentum that we have right there.
2 out in the inning as Peralta takes care of Scudero.
And Joe, just to mention, you're going to be joined by Sergio Romo, so you can ask him about that party-like atmosphere. He's on his best behavior right now.
Boy, that was close.
That's a dangerous play by a guy who is locked in, and the Giants holding their breath with that left hand. He's out. What excellent call by first base umpire Fielding Culver.
He is 2 for 2 on 2 tough ones.
Man.
And then a good call at the plate by Iasonia. Here's Sandoval with 2 out, and that misses the outside corner, ball 1. Pablo flied to left his first time up, and now grounds to the second baseman Infante. And a 1-2-3 inning for Doug Fister. Both pitchers are on tonight in game 2. No score after 3. Windows 8. and by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's. Glad you're with us as game number 2 goes into the 4th inning. Infante, Cabrera, Prince Fielder, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. For the Tigers, scoreless game. Giants have 2 hits. Detroit's only hit was that double by Delman Young, which led to the play at the plate. And obviously the out call with no score as Fielder was cut down. Big bats coming up here in the 4th. Infante is 1 for 5 in this World Series, 11 of 40 this postseason. There's his strike, and it's 1-1. Leading it off, Infante. Lines one now, 1 hop. Crawford can't make a play, and that'll be a base hit for Omar Infante. That'll bring in Miguel Cabrera. Triple Crown winner and a guy who came up when he was 20, hit a walk-off home run on June 20th. His major league debut. Won the World Series in 2003 with the Marlins. Traded to Detroit in December of 2007. And now this season, ridiculous numbers, back-to-back batting titles, going back to 2011, and the first Triple Crown winner since 1967.
It was in that 2003 World Series when Roger Clemens knocked him down, and then he homered to right field. A pitch later, and everybody thought, well, this guy has arrived. And did he ever, in a big way.
We talked to him prior to last night's game, and you were talking about that at bat. He remembered the pitch sequence. And when you talk to guys around Cabrera, they say his memory for specific at bats is unbelievable.
For detail, I thought it was 3-1. He said, it was 2-2.
Here's a 1-0. That's down and in, 2-0. Great Hank Greenberg leading the way for career postseason RBIs with Detroit. Prince Fielder on deck as the Tigers down 1-0, trying to strike first here in game number 2. A check on Infante. Cabrera with amazing ability to always stay balanced at home plate. Never gets off balance, can hit the ball out of the park in any direction. You said last night there just aren't any holes in that swing.
No. He's looking for an inside fastball right here to crank.
And he cranks it, caught! Sandoval over at third. 1 out, and it was loud. Can't hit it any harder.
Pablo Sandoval knows that was a La Linea. I mean, that was a line drive.
And Cabrera is now 0 for 2. One out. For Cabrera, his good buddy Pablo Sandoval over at third grabbed it. Those two are good friends, right, Ken Rosenthal?
They are. They actually met as teenagers. Miguel Cabrera was Winter League teammates with Sandoval's older brother Michael, and they became buddies. And one of Sandoval's prouder moments, 2008 Venezuelan Winter League, he beat Miguel Cabrera in a home run contest.
Here's a pitch outside to Prince Fielder. 1/5 of the Giants roster is from Venezuela. Fielder steps out. Prince hit by a pitch and then was thrown out at the plate. in the second. In the air to left. Back is Blanco on the track. 2 out. And Infante back to first. And Blanco is covering a ton of ground out in left.
Yeah, that was more routine than the 2 plays he made last night. One against Fielder, the other against Cabrera. Gives you an idea of the tremendous strength of Prince Fielder, and Mad Bum happy about that one.
Bumgarner making his 5th career postseason start, 2-2. He had 2 wins in 2010. He's 0-2 this season, but much better here tonight. A check on Infante with Delman Young at the plate. Ken Rosenthal asked manager Bruce Bochy of the Giants how he handled Bumgarner, who was upset with his stuff after that loss in Game 1 of the NLCS, coming into this World Series and giving him the start. Great jump, throw over, and out to end the inning. He left a bit too soon, and Bumgarner cuts him down with a throw from Brandon Belt. He was out. Another good call by this umpiring crew. No score after 3.5. Buster Posey will lead it off for the Giants in the bottom of the 4th inning. No score. It'll be Posey, then Pence, then Belt against Pfister. Breaking ball drops low. We're pleased to be joined by Sergio Romo, who is the closer now for the San Francisco Giants. And it has been so fun getting to know you during this postseason and keeping cameras on you because you have a blast down there, don't you?
Definitely having a blast. I mean, as you can see, I got some teammates already throwing stuff at me. Very blessed to be in this position to be able to experience everything that's going on in my life. I mean, what a ride so far, right?
Yeah, and when we had a chance to meet with you, as Posey has the count now 2-1, you talked about how your confidence grew during the course of the season, and you now know you're good enough to be a big league closer.
Yes, sir. I'll tell you what, this year has been a very humbling experience for me, good and bad. The ups and downs, what I've been through alongside my teammates, you know, as a group, yeah, it's been a lot. It's very humbling for me. But then personally, you know, losing Wilson, wow, right my way. Oh, almost got it. Need a glove, fellas.
Yeah. Your glove.
Yeah, I mean, but losing Wilson, I mean, it hurt us a lot. You know, the thing is, it was just another way of challenging myself. You know, it was another task at hand, another, I mean, just challenge for me. You know, and my teammates, they never backed away from me. They never shied away from having confidence and showing me that every day, every time I got the ball. So very proud to be that man so far.
Yeah, we're replaying that play near the dugout without your glove. But
I mean, I tried.
You know, Sergio, the one thing that stands out about you is I don't know of another major leaguer who appreciates the game of baseball at the big league level any more than you do.
Credit that to my dad. He's still a big fan of the game. He still plays himself down in Mexico at 55 years old. So, I mean, I credit my dad to all of that stuff. I mean, the love of the game. This baseball has been the most consistent thing in my life outside of baseball. And, you know, it's what a blessing this game has been to me and my life and my family. And, I mean, I tell you what, my family, from my dad, my grandparents, both granddads, my brother, my sister, I mean, we've all found a way to play baseball or softball or something, so it's definitely in the family.
Yeah, and you, as Posey flies out to left, got under that ball, jammed a little bit. You told us that your grandfather, you've had to convert from a Dodger fan.
Yeah, that was quite the story there. It's kind of ironic how I grew up, you know, following my dad and my grandfather, and everything that they did, I wanted to do exactly just like them. So they were Dodgers fans, and I kind of was grown up that way and brought up that way, and it just, I mean.
And then you're picked by the Giants.
That's what's funny about it. I got drafted by the Giants, and I mean, my dad was so excited. He understood just an opportunity was what all that mattered to me most. But I called my grandpa, and I was like, "Hey, Grandpa, I got drafted." And his exact words were, "I'm so proud of you, Mijo. On what team?" My answer was exactly, "Well, that's the thing." And he knew right away, "No, anybody but them, anybody but the Giants." And I was like, "Yeah, well, Grandpa, it is what it is, right?" And sure enough, as the time's gone by, let's just say I've seen him wearing a Giants shirt or two, or a Giants hat, or orange and black here and there.
2 balls and a strike on Hunter Pence, who flied to center his first time up. 1 out, nobody on. And Pfister, the breaking ball is nasty. A swing and a miss. Did you see that? Were you in the dugout when that ball went off the head of Doug Pfister?
Yes. Oh, what a scary moment. You don't ever want to see that, that's for sure. But very glad he's fine. I mean, especially for him and his health, you know. But, I mean, like in baseball, you never really know what's going to happen next, and that's definitely an example of that.
2 balls, 2 strikes. With 1 out, nobody on. You guys... First of all, I saw you walking around in the clubhouse with like a wrestling mask on earlier today. You guys have more fun in your clubhouse. Wilson's bouncing around, and I mean, that look on your face, that's, you guys, I don't see any or feel any stress from you all, even though these games are in the World Series. Is that accurate?
Oh, definitely. We're just having fun. Motto of our team is play for the guy next to you. The smile on my teammate's face matters more than the smile on my face, and any way to contribute, any way to put that smile on their faces, what really matters to us. And I mean, what a fun ride it really has been.
That's
goodness. See, you got excited. Sorry, guys.
No, that's all right.
But you see the excitement here. We all believe that we're just a legitimate team. We may not be the most talented or have the biggest names or whatnot, but we're a solid group of guys. We care about each other, and there's no personal time to shine. You know, I mean, it's not what we're seeking. We all just want to be as good as we can be, and we understand that as a group, all successes come really. You know, that's what comes first. You know, and what better way to go out as world champs, right? You know, so we're trying to be that.
Hunter Pence has run the count full. Pfister's trying to get him to chase. And now a 3-2 pitch from Doug Pfister to Pence. Off the hands. It's a foul ball, and what an effort, but out of the reach of Prince Fielder.
Yeah, that ball did not have enough hang time. Prince appears to be all right. But once again, he is a big, big man. He took a hard tumble with that slide.
What an athletic man, that's for sure.
Yeah, Sergio, he's a big guy, but he's an unbelievable athlete.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I definitely give him credit for everything that he's done, that's for sure.
Prince couldn't get to it, so the at-bat continues. The count's still full. Pfister gives Prince a moment to get collected over at first base with one out in the inning. Nobody on, no score, fourth. Frame of game number 2. Here's a 3-2. And a fly ball into center. Back is Jackson on the run. 2 out. Nice play by Austin Jackson going back to get it. Now we've kind of coined this whole thing, Sergio. Romo bombing or photo bombing. You got Pablo Sandoval earlier tonight.
Definitely got him earlier. I mean, I'm getting everybody really. Starting a trend. I don't really know what the purpose is of it. It's just being silly. You know, this is just another side of the goofiness that I can bring to the table, I guess. And I mean, come on. I feel like a little kid every day. Every day I'm hearing. What a blessing.
That's it. A 1-2-3 inning. Sergio, thanks. We may see you later tonight.
You guys already know.
All right. He's a beauty. Great guy. Sergio Romo. He's been having fun. No score after 4, game 2. Back after this from your local Fox station. The 5th inning, no score. Here's Aaron Andrews.
Well, Joe, Foxtoberfest continues on Saturday afternoon. We have number 14 Texas Tech taking on number 3 Kansas State. Of course, Eddie, Joey, and I will have the studio show for you at 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a good matchup, and obviously big talk in college football right now is Colin Klein, the quarterback for Kansas State. They're calling him Optimus Klein, and we can see how much he can get everybody putting their votes in for him for the Heisman. He did a good job against Geno Smith in West Virginia last week on our air.
All right, great. Thank you, Aaron. That's on Saturday. And then good NFL matchups on Sunday. As Delman Young swings through a pitch, and he's in the hole 0-2. Delman doubled his first time up. There's the matchup, 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific. Texas Tech and K-State. Here's an 0-2. Young goes after it and strikes out. That's number 6 on the night for Madison Bumgarner, and this start couldn't be going any better for number 40.
A lot of people think that Control is throwing strikes, but Control is throwing a ball when you need to. Ahead 0-2, 6 strikeouts now for Bumgarner.
1 out in the inning for Johnny Peralta, who popped up. Did so with a runner at second. 1 out back in the second. That was the best scoring chance tonight for the Tigers. Fielder led off, was hit by a pitch. Then a double down the line by Young. Relay got Prince Fielder at the plate. The biggest chance for the Giants against Pfister was when they loaded the bases but had Bumgarner at the plate, and he popped into shallow left. Strike 1 on Johnny Peralta. First 2 games, 8 innings combined, 10 earned runs. He lost game 2 of the division series against Cincinnati 9-0, and then game 1 of the NLCS 6-4. Could not go 5 innings in either start. Here's a pop-up into right. Pence drifting makes the catch, 2 out. Our video game summary is presented by Windows 8. And it's that play at the plate. And the relay from Blanco to Scudero to Posey, and you see the good tag to get it on the left leg, left hip of Prince Fielder to keep it scoreless. Here's Garcia. 2 hits each side. Garcia struck out his first time. Avisail stole 23 bases, along with hitting 14 home runs, hit just under 300 in the minors. He swings right through that one, strike 1.
25 years old, and he signed 5 years ago with the Tigers. At 16 years old. That is the age limit to sign Latin American players. 16.
Up and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Garcia trying to get something started with 2 out here in the 5th.
Kind of an Andy Pettit look.
Off the hands, good pitch. Scudero gets the out. And another 1-2-3 inning for Madison Bumgarner in what's turned into a pitcher's duel here in Game 2 of the World Series. Halfway through it, no score. completely redesigned 2013 Chevrolet Malibu. That's one way to get a view.
Without a ticket.
And a comparison of the two starters. Pfister back to work, bottom of the fifth, no score. Each side with 2 hits. That's it. Well, last night, thanks to Tim, Barry Manilow was trending on Twitter.
I heard.
And Kenny Rosenthal, what's going on after our little chat with Sergio Romo?
Well, Mr. Romo is now trending worldwide, and there are quite a number of people out there who enjoyed his stylings during that inning.
Here is Pfister off the mound to get the out, and thankfully for Detroit, Fielder was able to get his arm back close to his body and out of the way of Gregor Blanco, who tried to bunt his way on. That was dangerous.
Watch Fielder pick it and bring his left arm back. Hit out of the way.
And Doug Pfister just showed us, and the bunt wasn't that good, but Doug Pfister just showed us a little bit of what Jim Leyland talked about. He said he is our best fielding pitcher, even though he's a big guy, 6'8". He bounces off the mound and made that play. Here's Crawford. He takes over below ball 1. Brandon walked his first time. Bumgarner on deck. Good game, game 2. 2-0.
Again, with different counts, you try to do different things as a hitter. With the pitcher coming up, Crawford will be trying to pull the ball, looking for something inside, like that.
And it's 2-1. Pfister just peeking over that glove as well. Brings home a 2-1 to Brandon Crawford. Got the outside corner, 2-2. Well framed by Laird, the catcher. And with 1 out, nobody on, Crawford is jammed and he fouls it. Direction of Jim Leyland, who is working on a 1-year deal. General Manager Dave Dombrowski, who we showed earlier, said, I told Jim he's welcome back. There was a time during the season when this big payroll, the Tigers weren't in first place, that wasn't a done deal. But basically, Dombrowski has said that if Jim Leyland wants to come back, he'll be the Tiger manager in 2013. Here's a 2-2. That's down toward where Sergio Romo was earlier, and now Guillermo Mota is over there. But he wasn't alone.
Ball in that third base dugout from left-handed batters. They're always aware. Right-handers, no chance. But left-handers, you've got to be alive, and they were.
Aaron Andrews down there as well. And her shadow, Jimmy Delmonico. JD. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Just outside a full count. With 1 out, Crawford checks on Peralta. Has to wait on it. Low throw, but out. 2 gone. Madison Bumgarner, who popped a couple of home runs this season, was 11 of 68, 0 for 3 this postseason. Walks in. Madison had a chance with the bases loaded, 2 out his last time. But popped out into shallow left Peralta went out to grab it, the shortstop. Here's a 1-0 from Pfister. See, Bumgarner can swing the bat. 1-1.
A couple of home runs for Madison this year. He has power.
Breaking ball stays inside. It's 2-1. Switch hitting Pagan on deck. Pfister. Right in on the fists, and it's a 2-2 count.
Pfister not showing any ill effects from that line drive that hit him the right side of the head back in the second inning. Nice to see.
That foul tip got Laird. And the count's still 2-2. He's thrown 54 pitches since he got hit in the head on that line drive back up the middle by Blanco. He has brought his usual good stuff with him to the park. If you're just joining us, back in the second, Doug Pfister delivered a pitch and Blanco lined one back up the middle, and he tried to get his glove up. The ball glanced off the right side of his head and then into center field for a base hit. They checked on him. He said he was okay, and now he has struck out 3 on the night. Allowed no runs on 2 hits, and that sends us into the 6th. What a game. What a pitching matchup. No score. Layaway is back at Walmart on select items now through December 14th, and by Bank of America, the official bank of Major League Baseball. Zeros on each side. Nothing with Laird, Pfister, and Austin Jackson coming up. Bumgarner's been great tonight. He's done a lot of that. First pitch strikes. as he is ahead on the count to Laird. That is just down and away, a ball and a strike.
Things are so difficult to adjust in the postseason. You don't have the time nor the luxury, but Dave Righetti, the pitching coach of the Giants, has just done a very good job with his 23-year-old left-hander.
That's backing out of play. And a left-hander who, since 2009, when he came up at the age of 20, has the 5th best ERA in baseball among left-handed starters. Strikeout number 7. And that's how the 6th inning begins. You can join Major League Baseball in helping those veterans who have done so much to help us. Log on to welcomebackveterans.org for more information on how you can make a difference. Bagram Airfield in Afghanistan, that's a live shot. And hopefully taste of home and some normalcy for the women and men serving overseas.
Earlier in the game, we had a shot of them, and they were doing the wave. It's great.
Here is Pfister, throws right, bats left. And takes low, ball 1. That all transpired after one of the more moving ceremonial first pitches that we've seen in a long time. That's down and away, 2-0. Nicholas Kimmel, 22-year-old, corporal in the U.S. Marine Corps from Washington. Graduated high school in 2008, so you're reminded how young these men and women are. Here's a ground ball to Scudero. And that's out number 2 here in the 6th inning. Joined the Marines, Nicholas did, in September of 2008. 4 years of service, and he is a triple amputee. With the great Willie Mays, Barry Zito, Sergio Romo, who caught the pitch, which he does every day here in San Francisco. Nicholas was injured December 1st last year while on his 2nd tour of duty in Afghanistan. Lost both legs, his left arm in a blast. And he's great friends to Barry Zito, Matt Cain, Javier Lopez, and Barry Zito does a lot. Not alone on this Giants team, but a lot for veterans coming back home. So a Purple Heart recipient, Nicholas Kimmel, with a great first pitch.
Right down the middle.
Yeah, through a strike. With 2 out, nobody on. Here's a 2-0. Jackson, strike 1. Barry Zito has a foundation, Strikeouts for Troops. He started 7 years ago, providing the comforts of home and lifting the spirits and morale of wounded troops. And so good for him. A nice moment for Nicholas Kimmel. Before World Series game number 2. That's down the line, but that is foul. Into the corner, 2-2. Austin Jackson hit 16 home runs during the regular season.
He was sitting on that inside fastball then to try to give Detroit the lead.
Instead, he could become the 8th strikeout victim for Bumgarner. The 2-2. Oh, then a full count. With 2 out. That's low. And the first walk issued by Bumgarner in this game keeps the top of the 6th inning alive for Infante. Coming into tonight, San Francisco Giants pitching over the last 4 games has gone 4-0, obviously, but an ERA of 1 and an opponent's batting average against of 201. Zito's been a big part of that. Made 2 of the starts over those last 4 games. Started tonight on regular rest. That is a foul ball. And you see if Austin Jackson wants to do any running during this at bat with Infante at the plate.
I don't think so. He has not stolen a base against a left-hander this year. 12 stolen bases. He's been caught 9 times. The odds are against him. Bumgarner has already picked off 1 runner tonight, and that was Omar Infante.
Omar's at the plate with 2 out. The 0-1. Ripped down into the corner, but foul. Strike 2. We've seen a couple of hard-hit balls the last 2 batters. The 2 right-handed batters pulled foul down the line.
Yeah, Joe, 3rd time through the lineup. So the right-handed batters for the Tigers look for them to look for that inside fastball that's been so successful for Bumgarner tonight. The deeper you go, the tougher it is to pitch to these guys.
Strikeout ends the inning. Number 8 on the night, 2 in the frame. And we go into the bottom of the 6th inning as we thank our troops in Afghanistan and around the world. World Series Game 2 scoreless after 5.5. 6th inning, game 2. Doug Fister delivers ball 1 to Angel Pagan, top of the lineup for the Giants. Ryan Biederman and Victor Gonzalez put those videos together for us night after night during October, and nobody does it better than those two. 1 ball, 1 strike on Angel Pagan. It was struck out, grounded out. Scudero next, and then Sandoval. Here's a 1-1. That goes around the plate. Ball 2. Fister can't do much better. He's allowed no runs on 2 hits, struck out 3, walked 1. That is just up, and it's 3-1.
So far, Joe, Doug Fister's done a good job of pitching downhill. When you pitch downhill, you get the ball down. And at 6'8", it's more difficult for Doug than other pitchers.
Here is his 3-1 on the inside part of full count. We have seen many examples, and Pagan has specifically, of that good late movement that Fister features. His 3-2 is slash foul.
It's not a sinking fastball. It's a tailing fastball. There's a big difference.
Into center. Back is Jackson, and to his right, well in front of the track, he has out number 1, and Pagan 0 for 3 tonight. He had a real good at bat last night, which could get overlooked. Yes, the ball did hit the bag on that chopper, but it was at the end of a good at bat against Verlander. Then Scudero got a base hit to score Pagan. Sandoval hit his 2nd of 3 home runs the other way to left.
With 2 strikes, you keep fouling them off till you catch a break.
Scudero, strike 1. Marco's grounded out twice. That is a foul ball. Strike 2. Geico in-game box score for the Giants. Only 2 hits. Posey had a leadoff base hit to right in the 2nd. And Blanco is the one who lined the ball back off the right side of the head of Doug Fister and into center. By the way, he brought up the name of Brandon McCarthy during the replays of that, and he tweeted that he's doing fine.
Oh, that's great.
From our social media hawk, Ken Rosenthal. Here's the 0-2. I think Fister put that right where he wanted, and Scudero didn't go after it.
You could hear Dan Iasonia say that ball was outside, just barely.
Still 1-2.
I'll tell you, Joe, you made mention of it a couple of innings ago. These umpires are on point tonight. They are honed in.
Another 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Smothered by Laird. 2-2. Scudero is grounded to short 2 times. An 11-game hitting streak is on the line as we get deeper into this game. Gets under it. Pops it up left side, and Cabrera's got to play. 2 out. Here comes Panda.
Third baseman, number 48, Pablo Sandoval.
We had a great talk with Bruce Bochy before the game about Sandoval, who only had 3 at-bats in the World Series 2 Octobers ago. During that season, he got really heavy to the point where he couldn't move around very well. Then that offseason, he really went to work on his body, and last year had a great year. Bruce Bochy said we're going to get after him again this upcoming offseason so he can shed some weight leading into 2013. But right now we're just letting him go. And whereas he'd been working out before and after games, doing a lot of cardio, he has not been doing that during the postseason. And he's been hot. And he gets a base hit into right with 2 out in the 6th. Bochy said maybe not doing some of that cardio before and after games has allowed him to be a little fresher. And he is swinging like it here over the last 11 games.
Yeah, Joe, with that body type, he's just got to do a lot more work than most people to stay fit and trim, or as much as he can. 3rd hit of the game for the Giants.
And it brings in Buster Posey. As Drew Smiley, the left-hander, gets loose. He was a big part of the Game 1 win. In extra innings at Yankee Stadium in the ALCS. Here's Posey. Breaking ball is low. So over 100 pitches on the night. Pitch number 101 extended this frame on the base hit by Sandoval. Strike 1. Let's go down to Ken Rosenthal. More on Pablo.
Well, Joe, Pablo Sandoval received more than 300 text messages last night after his 3-homer game. But his favorite one came from his mom, who was watching at a family barbecue in Puerto Cabello, Venezuela. First, after his first home run, she was happy. After his second, she was crying. And after his third, she said, "Don't stop dreaming like this. Don't wake up."
Thanks, Kenny.
Yeah, that kind of goes for the Giants. Don't wake up. Rely on your instincts. Don't think too much.
2 balls and a strike. And now Sergio Romo has added a glove just in case. 2 foul balls. It's whistled down at the end of the bench. Good pitch, strike 2. 2-2.
Sergio's already caught a first pitch tonight. He loves to do that. You talked about it earlier. He badgers Bruce Bochy. He wants to catch the first pitch every night.
Meaning the ceremonial first pitch.
Yeah, right.
1 on, 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that is just inside. And not only did Pfister start to walk away, so did 3 of the infielders, thinking this was strike 3.
Yeah, it was well inside. Laird is setting up outside, and the ball stayed in off the plate.
Good strike zone discipline shown by Dan Iasonia, the plate umpire tonight. Runner will go. 3-2 pitch. We'll do it again. So Pablo getting his cardio in now.
I think the only thing that'll score Sandoval is a ball in the gap. And for that reason, the Tigers' defense in the outfield playing about 3 or 4 steps deeper than they normally would. Cut down on that ball in the gap.
Runner at first, 2 out, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jammed him. Shallow left, and in comes Delman Young to end the inning. Had to come a long way. Giants have stranded 4. Still no score. Back after this from your local Fox station. Cabrera will lead it off for the Tigers in the 7th. Fielder will follow, and then Delman Young, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Bumgarner has handled Cabrera so far. When we were talking about Bochy, and he made his decision to give Bumgarner a start in this World Series, he said, well, how did you go about that? And talk to him and gauge the confidence that the 23-year-old left-hander had. Comes the first pitch to Cabrera. Outside ball 1, because Bumgarner, after that Game 1 start in the NLCS, didn't like his stuff and did not sound confident. Didn't sound as confident as Bruce Bochy was in him. And Bochy, during the off day, said, I'm going to give you a start unless you're scared. And Bumgarner said, I'm not scared. Give me the ball.
Bruce knew that, too.
Here's a 1-0. 2-0.
This is the most dangerous situation he's been in thus far. He was 2-0 to Cabrera the last time up. Cabrera lined to third. Sandoval on the line, by the way, to protect against the extra base hit.
Here's a 2-0. In for strike 1. No action for the Giants in their bullpen. Smiley and Dotel, lefty and a righty, getting ready for the Tigers in their pen. Here's a 2-1. Got it by him. 90 miles per hour from Bumgarner. It's 2-2. He has struck out 8. And Cabrera, with that good plate coverage, fouls it back, still 2-2.
That's why he doesn't strike out that much. He struck out 98 times this year. For a man with that much power, 44 home runs, that is not a lot of strikeouts. And it's because he stays alive on tough pitches. That was a nasty pitch on the outside corner. Cabrera's still there.
So another 2-2 pitch. Cabrera gets time. Miguel, with 44 home runs during the regular season, leans back from ball 3. Still only 29 years old is Miguel Cabrera. What's it going to be on 3-2? Popped up, back and out of play. Another 3-2 is fouled away by Cabrera. Next pitch will be the 9th of this at bat. On 3-2, just outside, and Posey popped up like he was going to throw it around the horn. Instead, it's a leadoff walk.
9 pitches, and here they are. The first 2 miss outside. 2-0. 2-1. 2-2. Fouls it off. Takes the ball. 3-2. Fouls 2 off. Just low.
And Bruce Bochy thought that was strike 3 instead of ball 4. Now Fielder trying to pump one out of here. Strike 1.
Triple Crown winners get that pitch. That 3-2 pitch just low.
Big swing by Prince Fielder, who protected last year's MVP Ryan Braun in Milwaukee and protected in the lineup potential MVP in Miguel Cabrera. That's back to Bumgarner. Out. Got them both.
With the left-handed hitter up and chances of him pulling the ball, the shortstop is covering. One hopper to Bumgarner. Easy 1-6-3 double play.
And Madison is now 1 out away from pitching 7 innings here tonight. 7 shutout innings as he deals with Delman Young. Delman has doubled. He has the only extra base hit of this game. That was in his first at bat in the second. He struck out his next time up. Think about this World Series. Because of the rest, Detroit had their pitching lined up with Verlander for game 1. They could line it up any way they wanted. The Giants went 7 games with St. Louis, and they had to start with Zito and now give another start to Bumgarner as Young fouls it away. They kept Lincecum in the bullpen. He was another option. But now the Giants, when we go to Detroit, have Vogelsong, who's been so good this postseason, and then their ace, Matt Cain, against Sanchez and Scherzer in games 4 and 5.
Yeah, in game 3, the Giants are more in order for the rest of the series.
Here is a 1-1 instead. Bumgarner stops, and he wants a different baseball.
Sometimes that ball becomes so slick, you feel that, and obviously best to get rid of it.
Verlander in game 1 went only 4 innings. Here's a 1-1 pitch. Young, left side. Crawford stays down on it, gets the out. And what a job tonight by the 23-year-old left-hander Madison Bumgarner. 7 shutout innings. Our Nikon replay. We focus on the Tigers, who have lost 2 on the bases. Fielder at the plate. Infante caught stealing when he left too soon. Cabrera with a line drive that was smoked but caught by Pablo Sandoval. It's been close, but no runs for Detroit. Down 1 game to nothing. And here in the top of the 7th inning, Bumgarner, after the leadoff walk, gets Fielder to hit into a 1-6-3 double play. Let's now go to the public address announcer, Rennell Brooks Moon, for the introduction of God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America and our military troops around the world with the singing of God Bless America. Please welcome, from the Rescue Wing Base out of Moffett Field, Staff Sergeant Dan Olivas.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Open a Pepsi and live for now by Samsung Galaxy Note 2. Phone, tablet, best of both. The next big thing is here. And by the completely redesigned 2013 Chevrolet Malibu. As we go into the bottom of the 7th inning, Don Kelly takes over in left field. So after that last out and the final at bat by Delman Young, he's taken out, and the Tigers improve their defense as Pfister is still in the ball game, and he deals low with pitch number 109 for ball 1 to Pence.
Well, speaking of defense, Prince Fielder is back at first base, and part of Hunter Pence's game is the push bunt to the right side.
1 ball, 1 strike.
He has struggled for a game and a half. He's 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts, and has not looked good against Doug Pfister.
9 of 54 this postseason is Pence, and now he's in the hole 1 and 2. On deck is Belt. The bullpen is Smiley and Dotel. Bottom of the 7th inning, no score, and that is just down and away. Pence is a free swinger, was able to lay off 2 and 2. The next. That's foul. Got the left-handed hitting Belt, and then Blanco, then Crawford. So that's why the Tigers have Bruce Smiley up yet again. Here's a 2-2. Ground ball, base hit, left field. Pence is on to start the 7th. We'll see if that's it for Doug Pfister. That base hit will chase the Tigers starter. Gets the game scoreless into the bottom of the 7th. He survived that line drive that caught him on the right side of his head. But he leaves with a man on, nobody out. And the lefty Drew Smiley takes over. Again, his third strong start of this postseason. But if he gets a decision, it can only be a loss as he leaves with a runner at first, nobody out. Gets a hug from his pitching coach, Jeff Jones, and now the Tigers make a switch in pitchers. Genio invites you to switch to Turkey. And it's Drew Smiley, the rookie left-hander, who was the winner in Game 1 of the ALCS. With 2 shutout innings, allowing just a hit. And the extra inning win. Ball 1 up and away to Brandon Belt.
Is it a surprise that he's not bunting? No. He has never laid down a sacrifice in his professional career.
Yet he looks down at Tim Flannery, the third base coach, with the go-ahead run at first. Nobody out. Here comes a 1-0 pitch. Down and away, 2-0. Left-handers hit 224 off Smiley, who was on the DL 2 times this season. Santiago Casilla getting ready. Hunter Pence wants to run. Belt comes up empty, 2-1.
Good pitch to hit, 2-0. Knew the fastball was coming. The ball a little bit low. Probably ball 3.
Here is a 2-1 pitch from Smiley. That's right side foul ball. First base umpire, Fielding Colbreth, right behind Prince Fielder, yelling out foul.
Watch the arms go up. Foul.
So the count now 2-2. Belt is struck out, lined out. Now dealing with a left-hander. 2-2 pitch. Had him reaching for it again. On deck is the left-handed hitting Blanco. Giants have a bench with right-handed batters Arias, Nady, Terrio. Switch hitter is Hector Sanchez, the other catcher. Here's a 2-2. Upstairs, a full count.
Interesting situation. You have Hunter Pence, a base stealing threat at first base. But you have Brandon Belt, who could swing through a fastball, even though he knows it's coming.
So will they start Pence? Not going on ball 4. And it's 2 on with nobody out here in the 7th inning.
Now you're going to see the bunt with Blanco.
And here comes Jeff Jones, the pitching coach. Took over last July full-time as the man in charge of the staff for Jim Leyland.
I think what Jeff Jones is out there to do is to talk to the infielders as much as the pitcher. If you're a left-handed pitcher, when you release the ball, you break toward the line, knowing the first baseman's going to follow you, and the first baseman, Prince Fielder, has your back. So throw the ball, break toward the line. He's talking to Miguel Cabrera about what Cabrera does, as Blanco will try to bunt the ball down the third baseline.
Saw that graphic, Game 3 on Saturday night on the air, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. After a travel day tomorrow when Vogelsong takes on Sanchez. Well, here you go, no score, bottom of the 7th inning, 2 on, nobody out. Blanco at the plate. Ball 1.
Blanco will try to bunt the ball hard down the third baseline to make Cabrera field the ball.
Here is a 1-0. That's ball 2. And Drew Smiley has been a starter, still learning the bullpen, is right into the heat of this World Series as he's fallen behind Gregor Blanco, who's up there to bunt. The bunt, foul. You think about where the Tigers are, Tim, in this bullpen. This is where a guy like Jim Leyland earns his money, as they've now had to reconfigure the back end of this bullpen. With Phil Cope taking over as the closer. He's got Benoit, another guy who could from the right side, even Dotel. But because Valverde's been so ineffective, it changes everybody's role down there.
Benoit has the best stuff. Coke is the hottest pitcher, the left-hander.
Here's a 2-1. That's low. 3-1. And the bunt is going to roll and stay fair. And the bases are loaded on this from Gregor Blanco.
The Giants continue to make their breaks. We talked about it in the opening. The ball hits the bag last night. A double for Bumgarner. He scores, and now a ball that seemingly was going foul stays fair. Man.
Bases are loaded with nobody out for Crawford. Ball 1 up and in from Smiley. Here is a 1-0. To the second baseman, out at second, out at first, a run scores, and the Giants lead 1-0 in game 2. No RBI, but the first run has crossed the plate, and it was Hunter Pence who got the inning started with a base hit.
You might say, why not play the infield in if you're Jim Leyland? The odds are against. So you play for the double play, even though a run will score, and even though it's the 7th inning.
Now it's Terrio. Runner at third, 2 out. 1-0 Giants. Ball 1 inside.
Had you played the infield in that situation, unless the ball is back to the pitcher, you're not going to get a double play. You get 1 out. So that's why Leland had the infield in double play depth and not in.
Garcia getting ready, it looks like, for the 8th inning. And Peralta, Garcia, and Laird come to the plate. Time called at the plate as the Giants tried to add to their lead. It's up to Terrio. He's 2 out of 5, 3 RBIs this postseason. A strike, and it's 1-1. is a 1-1. Bumgarner's night is finished. He goes 7. No runs allowed on just 2 hits. Walked 2, struck out 8. What a turnaround performance by the still young left-hander Madison Bumgarner. Here is a 2-1 pitch. 2-2. Here's the next, and just inside a full count. You saw that stat for Bumgarner. That is on the heels, and it's 2 Octobers later, of 8 shutout innings in Game 4 of the World Series in 2010.
Terrio with 2 key hits against the Cardinals in the league championship series.
A strikeout, and Laird gets hit on the follow-through by Terrio.
That's that backswing of Terrio. Gerald appears to be all right, but the Giants strike for 1.
They do. They get 1, and then you see the bat knock the mask almost off the face of Gerald Laird. Game 2. A bunt that stayed fair, that set it up for Crawford, who drove home the first run of the night. 1-0 San Francisco. Up 1 game to 0 as we played through 7. Neff of the Fox comedy series Raising Hope, joined by Nat Faxon and Echo Kellum of the comedy Ben and Kate. That's Tuesdays on Fox. Santiago Casilla takes over. Bumgarner was great. 7 innings, no runs, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, 2 walks. Johnny Peralta first up. He's 0 for 2. Strike 1. This is the part of the game that you talked about leading into game 1 last night. The late inning options for Bruce Bochy out of his bullpen compared to the unknowns that Jim Leland has with his closer Valverde.
I think the 3 left-handers make the Giant bullpen a lot tougher than the Detroit bullpen.
Off the end of the bat, strike 2. One of those left-hander is Jeremy Affeldt. It's out of play right side. It stays 0-2. This San Francisco team, in front of these great fans, have been making so much noise. Lost their first 2 games to Cincinnati at home. Lost game 1 of the NLCS here at home to St. Louis. Then they won game 2. They won game 6 and 7. They won last night, trying to win tonight. Leading by 1, top of the 8th inning, the 0-2. Popped up, and it's Belt. 1 away. This year, 2 lucky consumers won the chance to play with MLB legends through the Pepsi Max Field of Dreams program. Fans voted. The game will be played in the hometown of AL consumer winner Johnny Perotti from Rochester, New York. Perotti, his friends, and 5 AL MLB legends will host the NL consumer winner Stephen Katchmark from Washington, D.C. Log on to MLB.com/Pepsi Max for details. Frank Thomas, Ricky Henderson, the shot at the end, and with 1 out, nobody on. The batter will be Andy Dirks. Batting for Garcia. With 1 out, nobody on to the ball. Dirks had a great year with a bat, hit .322. Pinch hit last night, made it out. So 0 for 1 in this World Series, and the count 1-1. Dirks on 1-1, grounds to the right side. There is Scudero. 2 out. And the batter will be Gerald Laird, who's 0 for 2 tonight. Scudero, even though he's been held hitless tonight, has already factored in on that relay to the plate to cut down Prince Fielder back in the 2nd.
Seems like yesterday.
And he has shown great range at second base as this Giants team has gotten so much stronger up the middle. The second half of the season with the addition of Scudero, Crawford's played much better at short. And Pagan is a very good defensive center fielder, and that doesn't even count the guy that starts the action with the signs behind home plate, Buster Posey. That's a strike, and it's 1-1.
When that tag was made by Posey on Prince Fielder in the 2nd inning, nobody realized that that play would be paramount at this time of the game.
Here's a 1-1 ground ball to short. That's Crawford. That's the end of the inning. And more good work from this Giants bullpen and more frustration for the Tigers tonight. Bottom of the 8th inning rolls in. Giants bat game 2, leading 1-0. Series is sponsored by the Nikon One, a different kind of Nikon. By Genio Turkey Store. Make the switch. Look for Genio Turkey at a store near you. And by Windows 8. Andy Dirks, who pinch hit, stays in the game in right. It's the only change is Drew Smiley goes back to the hill. Jim Leyland wants Pagan to bat right-handed. First pitch in the dirt. Then you've got the right-handed hitting Scutaro. And the switch hitter Sandoval. All 6 of Pablo's home runs this postseason have come batting left-handed. Two 2-0. Pfister is on the hook for the loss if the Tigers don't rally in the 9th. Here's a 2-0. High from Smiley, 3-0. That's ball 4. And the second walk handed out by Smiley, who asks where that missed. And it's our Nikon replay, the difference in this game. The run that scored in the 7th. Base hit by Pence after a walk. The bunt by Blanco that stayed fair. That the bases and the double play ball off the bat of Crawford. Plated the only run of the night.
I think Jim Leland's leaving Smiley out there because he knows Scudero's going to bunt, or he's going to take a chance on that. Now he wants Gerald Laird to talk to Smiley to give the right-hander in the bullpen a chance to get warm.
Here's Drew Smiley's reaction after that walk. Asking where the pitch missed. It missed evidently low. You have to believe we're going to see Dotel in this inning.
Yeah, but you don't want to bring him into Sandoval, probably.
Right.
You want the left-hander against Sandoval since he homered 3 times from the left side last night.
Sergio Romo getting loose. And no sign of a bunt by Scudero, and shouldn't be that surprising. He is 0 for 3 tonight, but because of that combo of Scudero and Sandoval in front of Buster Posey, the way they've been swinging the bats, Bruce Bochy will take his chances. Now he shows and he bunts in the air. Backing out of play, the count 0-2. If Scudero bunts Pagan down to second, we had a meeting with Jim Leland before the game. He said, now I'm in a position where I'm going to have to walk Sandoval in certain situations and pitch to a guy that led the league in hitting.
And likely MVP.
Buster Posey behind him.
Of course, the bunt's off now with 2 strikes. Scudero's been too hot.
Smiley steps off. Bochy has had a hot hand in that dugout, making decisions with his staff. That is just high. Smiley, I'm sure, feels like he's getting squeezed. Ball 1. So the rookie left-hander's being tested here in the 8th. That's down into the corner. It is foul. Scudero was trying to will that thing fair. I don't know that he ever dropped the bat going down the first baseline. He's got Pagan at first, nobody out, and a 1-2 count.
Just like Gregor Blanco willed that bunt fair. He had about 47,000 helpers here.
Here's Scudero and his reaction with that ball going down the corner, but foul by about 10 feet. The 1-2. Got him looking. And a big strikeout for Drew Smiley, trying to keep this a 1-run game.
One of the rare strikeouts of Marco Scudero.
And now with Smiley still in the ball game, Sandoval, the switch-hitting third baseman, will dig his way in. His damage, the power, has come from the other side of the plate this postseason. But Dotel is still down there getting ready with Posey on deck. Runner goes. And a stolen base for Angel Pagan.
How could Gerald Laird make a better throw? That throw is right on the money, right on the shoelaces, and Pagan with too big a jump.
That for Angel Pagan is his first steal of this postseason. He did get in there, and with that stolen base, everyone in America can get a free Doritos Locos Taco on Tuesday, October 30th from 2 to 6 p.m. at any participating Taco Bell location. So there you go. Now first base is open, and there's the intentional walk to Sandoval. Buster Posey, who led Major League Baseball when he hit .336 during the regular season, will come on to hit. But Dotel will come out of the bullpen. That's a third walk issued by Smiley. Jim Leyland will make the change. It'll be a double switch. Pitcher's spot is due to lead off in the 9th inning. Dotel will come into the ball game out of the bullpen. And the reaction from Pagan calling time after the steal. Good throw by Laird, but a stolen base nonetheless. Pitching change. In the 9th inning, batting in the number 9 spot. He takes over on left. Don Kelly moves from left to right. Andy Dirks is out of the game. The pitcher will bat in the 7 spot. The new pitcher is Octavio Dotel. And there are his numbers this postseason. Game number 5 for him. 2 on, 1 out. Buster Posey first up. Ball 1 inside. Here's the night for Posey. A base hit through the right side his first time. Trying to add to a 1-0 lead as the Giants try and win the first 2 here at home. A 1-0 pitch.
Ball outside.
Just outside 2-0. Dotel didn't agree. 13th organization for Octavio Dotel, who was part of a world championship last year in St. Louis. Phil Koch, who is in essence the closer now for the Tigers. will start to get loose. Here is a 2-0 pitch. With Infante going back to the bag to try and hold Pagan close. Dotel steps off. Sergio Romo is getting ready to come in and try and close it. Wheels are turning here in the 8th. Hunter Pence, who had a base hit his last time up and has scored the only run all night, waits on deck. That is inside to load him up. And now it falls to Pence.
Halfway for the infielders. If the ball's not hit hard to the shortstop or the second baseman, they'll come home with the ball. If it's hit hard, they'll try to double up Pence.
1 out in the inning. So a double play would get the Tigers out of trouble and keep this a 1-run game. Pence has 3 RBIs this entire postseason. Here's Pence. Strike 1 on the outer edge of the strike zone. 0-1. America with the last World Series Grand Slam in Game 2, 2005. And that sweep over Houston. Pagan, Sandoval, Posey, the runners. 1 out. The 0-1. Same spot. Strike 2.
2 picture-perfect fastballs in a row by Dotel. Right there.
Four walks issued by the combination of Smiley and Dotel. Since taking over for Pfister last inning. Here comes an 0-2. Spoiled it.
Flat-footed. Fouls it back. Reach and hope.
Bases are loaded, 1 out, and an 0-2 count on Pence. Dotel deals, and Hunter fouls it back to the right.
If Gerald Laird continues to go farther outside, he's going to be in the Detroit dugout. The first pitch was just off the plate. That one, Gerald was sitting about 6 inches off the plate away. I would imagine he'll go right back out there with a fastball.
The stadium ready to erupt. Another foul.
That was a mistake. That was a hanger right there. A spinning slider. Look at Laird. Sitting way outside and had to reach back to his left. Dotel got away with one there.
Octavio ready with another on 0-2. Fly ball into right center. That's going to be deep enough. Pagan tags. It's 2-0. A good at bat by Hunter Pence, who fell behind 0-2 and got enough on that fly ball to right to score Pagan to make it 2-0. And that's going to be it for Dotel. Phil Cope with Belt coming up. First and third, 2 out. Pagan crosses the plate. He started this inning with a walk, and Pence did his job. 2-0 Giants.
Big one. What a gutty at bat. 2 perfect fastballs to start out. Now watch this 0-2 pitch. Just pokes at it. Pokes at it. Slider, mistake. Fastball, mistake. And he hits it deep enough to score the second run of the game for the Giants.
Boy, the Giants have done so much right over the past 5 games. In Game 5 of the NLCS in St. Louis, as Phil Koch takes over, he's had a great postseason, no runs, 2 saves. This is his 8th postseason appearance this year. First and third, 2 out. Strike 1 on Belt. But from Game 5 on, I mean, they've gotten the pitching out of their starter. They've gotten great work in relief. They've had timely hits. They've had some power from Sandoval. Now Sergio Romo, who we talked to back in the 4th inning, is getting ready to come in and try and get a save and put the Giants up 2-0. He will have at least a 2-run cushion. Here's an 0-1. What a good play by Laird to save a run.
2 in a row. The first one, he smothered. A tougher play right here. The slider. Good play by Gerald Laird.
Laird almost changed the entire dynamic of this inning by making a great throw on the stolen base attempt by Pagan, but Angel got in there.
That was a very important stolen base.
Here's a 1-1. Belt lays off again. It's 2-1.
That made Jim Leland walk Pablo Sandoval, and then Dotel came in the game, and he walked Posey, and that set it up for the sac fly.
A walk by Smiley when he took over in the 7th. With a runner at first, nobody out. So wildness out of the bullpen for Detroit. It's cost him. Here comes a 2-1 pitch from Koch. Strike 2.
Laird makes 2 good plays in the dirt, and that's his payment.
Right off the mask. Coke has that exaggerated move to come set and then takes an extra breath. It's not too far away from the ball.
But if he does it every time, it's no ball. That's his natural delivery right there.
That extra little bounce, and that is just outside a full count.
That is an interesting point, though, Joe. He does it every time, it's no ball. But if he delivers the ball without doing that, it would be a ball. Can't deceive the runner with different ways of coming to the stretch.
Runner goes, and a swing and a miss struck him out. But in the inning, the Giants get a run driven in by Hunter Pence. Big stolen base by Pagan pays off. 2-0 into the 9th inning as Romo will take over. A few hours ago, Sergio Romo was messing around in the dugout like he always does, his good-natured way, having fun, keeping things loose. Playing around behind Pablo Sandoval. We had a chance to visit with him in the 4th inning, and now Romo, who this postseason has a save, a great ERA. He's been virtually unhittable of late here at home. He's into his 8th postseason game. Joaquin Arias takes over at third base. He'll bat in the number 9 spot. The pitcher hitting third. And Quentin Berry is first up for the Tigers, trying to get something started. First at bat for Berry, who is 5 out of 19 this postseason. Dealing with Romo, who in 2010 got into only 1 World Series game. And he hits the outside corner, strike one.
The Tigers aim, get Cabrera to the plate, because if he hits in this inning, he will at least represent the potential tying run.
Due up fourth. The 0-1 pitch from Romo. In the air to left. That'll carry to Blanco. One out. Still only 2 hits all night for Detroit. Here comes Austin Jackson, who's 0 for 2 with a walk. Jackson takes a strike. The Tigers were shut out only twice during the regular season. That is the lowest total in the big leagues. They were shut out in the division series against Oakland. Wicked pitch, strike 2.
That's Romo at his best. Slider low and away. I think Jackson gets another one here.
Jackson lays off, ball 1. 1-2. Since the 1st of August here at home in San Francisco, Sergio Romo grew up a Dodger fan, has not allowed an earned run. With 1 out. There it is again, 2 down. That pitch is just filthy.
Slip sliding away.
And now it's up to Omar Infante to get Miguel Cabrera to the plate. 2-0 Giants in the 9th. Infante out of the way of ball 1. Omar has 1 of the 2 hits tonight for Detroit. The Triple Crown winner is standing near the on-deck circle. The 1-0. 2-0. For the starters, Pfister was good. Bumgarner was better. 7 shutout innings from the left-hander. He struck out 8.
Infante was taking 1-0. He'll be taking again here.
Wow, 2-2.
2-1 slider with a 2-run lead. An idea of how he relies on that pitch.
Little pop-up. There's Belt. Giants up 2-0. The Tigers will go home down 2-0. The Giants get a win tonight from Madison Bumgarner. There you go. Teams with a 2-0 lead have won the series 79% of the time. But some good pitching matchups coming up in games 3 and 4 in Detroit on Saturday and Sunday.
But Joe, the Giants know more than any other team in baseball what it's like to be down 0-2 and try to come back in a series. They did it against Cincinnati. They were down 3-1 against the Cardinals, and they came back to win it. So they know Detroit can come back to win it.
Bumgarner gets the win. Pfister suffers the loss, and Sergio Romo gets his second save of this postseason. Let's go down to Aaron Andrews.
Joe, thanks so much. And Madison just saying, feeling a lot better now. What was the biggest adjustment you made on the mound since the last time we saw you game 1 of the NLCS?
Just able to make pitches tonight. I hadn't done a very good job making pitches this postseason so far. And this is a team that you're not going to be able to afford to miss with. And, that was what was working tonight, just making pitches, mixing it up. And they hit some balls hard, but luckily we were in the right spot.
Bruce Bochy had said, the media was questioning, was your arm tired? But you found a mechanical flaw that you were able to work on. What was it?
I don't want to get into mechanics right now, but it was nothing big, just something simple. I felt pretty good out there tonight.
Here's something you'll want to get into. You're up 2-9 heading to Detroit. This team is used to being down. What does this do for your confidence now heading there?
Definitely feels a whole lot better than having our backs against the wall. Some stressful series. Both the series we played there. It's tough. So it's nice, but we can't relax. We got to keep pushing.
All right. Thanks so much for your time. Joe, back over to you.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. Well, last night the Giants flexed their muscles. Pablo Sandoval did with his 3-homer night. Tonight, small ball. They got a run without an RBI in the 7th. They got a run without a hit in the 8th. And they rode their good pitching. Bumgarner, Casilla, Romo. And they're up 2-0 with a series heading to Detroit. We'll take a break and come back and continue to wrap up Game 2 after this.